Welcome to Television, Intense TV. I'm your host, Robert Louis Tyler I. Today we have a very special episode of Television Talk TV Live. We're going to have on the Fifth Dimension, straight out of Las Vegas, all the way out of Las Vegas. LaMonte McClemore will be the first guest of the day, and I want to introduce him right about now. So welcome to the show, LaMonte. How are you?
Well, thank you for inviting me, brother.
Of course, anytime, you know. How's your weather down there? Is it Las Vegas hot?
It's very hot, brother.
Yes, sir. Right? So I want to tell you, you know, what that one song, Up, Up and Away, what was that, about 1964?
Yeah, somewhere.
5. I remember hearing that on the radio when I was young, you know, and I was like outside in Southern California, up in the tree fort thingy, and I hear that playing about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was like just magical. That song is like so cool, you know. And did you win any awards with that one?
Oh yeah, we were the first black group to have 2 records of the year, Up, Up and Away and Aquarius, both.
Aquarius was happening. I bought the Hair album because a couple years later I became like a little hippie, you know, and had the Hair album, and it had Aquarius. This is the age of Aquarius, and that it had 2 names, didn't it? Aquarius and
Let the Sun Shine In.
Let the Sun Shine In. Yeah. And didn't you also do that? Yeah, I had that album, right? You know, so. There was a whole play and a movie and stuff, right? And then, didn't you do that song? It's like, well, there's a kind of hush all over the world tonight, yeah. All over the world. Was that you?
Yeah, that was us too.
Dang! And so you got hit record off that, right?
Yes, sir.
There's a multi-platinum. Did you get like some Emmys and Grammys rolling in too?
Oh yeah, we got a lot of Grammys.
Really? How did it feel to receive like such an honor and award? Like,
oh man, that's what it was all about, you know, to be able to do that and be rewarded for it, which is great, you know.
And recognized worldwide. Yeah.
And a paycheck.
And a paycheck rolling in. Can't forget that. The royalties and residuals are rolling in, you know, right? So you got that going on. Yeah.
You know, I got a story to tell you about Aquarius.
Yes, sir.
When we were working at the Americana Hotel in New York, and Billy lost his wallet in a cab, and some guy called him and said, "Hey, I found your wallet." And Billy said, "Oh yeah, my license and all of that still in it?" He said, "Yeah, everything, money and all." He said, "In New York, somebody returned my wallet with money and you know all my license." So we invited him to the Fifth Dimension show at the Americana. So
nice.
He came to the show. He said, "Oh man, I love you guys, you know." So I have a little show off Broadway. I'd like to invite you guys to come to. So I said, okay. So we went to see it, and it was Hair.
What?
And because of his honesty,
right,
returning $200, he ended up. The show went from off Broadway to on Broadway, and he ended up making $200 million.
Dang.
So honesty does pay.
See, that's the ticket right there, right? Boy, howdy, because you know, what comes around goes around.
Yeah,
and if it goes up, it's going to come back down. So, yeah, you know.
I'm still waiting on it to come back around here.
Yeah, it will. Oh, trust me, yeah. Because, you know, that up and away in my beautiful balloon. See, this is the Napa Valley. That's all we do is hot air balloons and wine, you know, right? So
hey, all right, man.
That song is made for this town, you know. So.
And it's funny about Up and Away and Aquarius. You know, we were invited to come to Woodstock, but we were so busy, our schedule, we couldn't make it.
Damn.
So then we ended up being in the second Woodstock, which was in San Francisco, the hippie fest.
Right.
With the Doors and Jefferson Airplane and all of them, man. And we said, well, how did we happen to get on this show with all that heavy metal and all of that, you know? And then when we came out, we said, well, we'll just do our part and just get our hat, regardless, and do the best we can. So we ended up getting only standing ovation. Plus, we found out later that the reason we were on there was because they thought Up and Away and Aquarius was all about drugs.
Yeah, wouldn't they? They did, huh? Those guys. Oh man, I worked with Grace Slick a little bit. Did it like a roadie, carry the heavy equipment, from.
Oh yeah, right.
But it was Jefferson after they became Jefferson Starship, So yeah. She's a little picky. So
Yeah. That was a fun show.
that was with the days. That was the summer of love and stuff, in that.
Oh yeah.
In that time.
We were very blessed because the Fifth Dimension, we closed the gap in the cultures of music.
Yeah, all the way around, right?
Yeah, because if it was a rock and roll group or a country and western group, if they were just in the country and western and all, they said, well, if we're gonna like somebody outside of country and western, I guess it'd be the Fifth Dimension.
Right.
So everybody kind of liked the Fifth Dimension. So we did all kind of shows, man, which was great, country and western. And
How did you come up with the name, the Fifth Dimension?
when we first started out, we were called the Versatiles. Well, we were a jazz group before.
That's right, huh?
And then our manager, who happened to be the manager of Motown when they moved to California, and he said, you know what, you all should do a more modern name, like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and all that. So we said Versatile was all right because that's the kind of music that we did. We did all kinds. That's why we chose the name Versatile. So he said, well, we'll throw a name in the hat and see what comes out. So Ron and his wife chose Third Dimension because 3D movies were popular then. And so we said, well, there's 5 of you. Why would you say Fifth Dimension? So that's how that happened.
Oh, man, I like that, right? So you being down in Las Vegas, and you must know Sherry Gordy and Barry Gordy and Harvey Scales and all them cats, right? Yeah.
I know everybody.
It's a small town, right?
Well, I have an autobiography out from Hobo Flash to the Fifth Dimension. And most people that put out an autobiography, I mean, they're either sports celebrities or actors or singers and all, but I did all 3, from baseball, singing, and photography. And was successful in all 3 of them. So I got to know everybody, man.
So you're an artist and an athlete and a musician and all around. You're like a 3-time.
I played softball this morning, man. Hot as it was.
Oh my!
I had to quit early, run home and talk to you. So
right on. Before it gets too hot out there, right? Yeah. Because and how did you? Now, Up and Away, what inspired you to write that song,
I didn't write it. Jimmy Webb wrote.
Jimmy wrote that?
Jimmy Webb wrote Up and Away. And it's funny because we were all sitting in the office in L.A. as the Fifth Dimension, and our manager knew Johnny Rivers. And he got us on Johnny Rivers' label, and he knew Jimmy Webb too. So Jimmy Webb, they were saying, well, Jimmy Webb just needs somebody to sing a song. I said, well, we need a song to sing. So he said, wait a minute, here we are in one room. So Jimmy said, hey, listen to this song I'm writing for a play called Up and Away. So I want y'all to sing and see what it sounds like.
Right.
So after he heard us start singing it, he said, man, later for that play, this song is written for you guys. And so that's how Up and Away happened.
Nice. And so also, we won't mention any prices, but you have a new book out, right?
Yeah, called Hobo Flash to the Fifth Dimension.
What's the title?
From Hobo Flash to the Fifth Dimension, written by Robert Orno, guy autobiography in New York. And he did such a great story on it, man. I mean, the book is really fabulous and doing very good. And now, I used to write jokes for Richard Pryor and Red Fox.
What? Yeah.
Both of them are good friends of mine, man. So
nice.
I have a joke book out called Everybody Loves a Good Dirty Joke.
Right.
So if you easily offended, please do not purchase this book because it's talking about everybody, including you and your mama.
Right.
Say your mama is so dumb she put a quarter in each ear and thought she was listening to 50 Cent.
I like that one. Yeah.
I'm still telling jokes all day, every day, man. I usually don't let people hang up until I tell them a joke.
I wrote a whole bunch, but I thought I ain't got time to tell any on today's show because you're more important. You know what I mean? But yeah, because I was just taking how they have old sayings like you can't lead a horse to water and stuff. Every one of those old sayings, I made like a joke out of it, right?
Hey
It's
man,
like,
well, that's what I do. I just hear things, man. I add to it or whatever. And
right,
I'm
right.
gonna tell you this one right quick because I always tell
It's
people
like
a joke.
you can get more flies with honey than with vinegar. Well, unless you have a lizard farm or something, well, you don't need a bunch of flies, right? It's like what
I know
those are the
that, but
kind of jokes, and I got to work on it. But anyway,
I'm
back to
tell you
you.
this. I'm gonna tell you this one
Yeah,
joke
yeah.
about this lady was on her deathbed, and the priest was giving her last rites, and so she had enough breath to whisper in his ear and said, "Do you think I have a chance to go to heaven?" He said, "You lived a pretty good life. I don't see why not. Why you ask?" She said, "Because if I happen to go to hell, I want to be in the same place my last landlord is." He said, "Well, why is that?" He said, "Because wherever he's at, I know the heat don't work. Ain't no furnace."
I like that. I like that one. That's
If
not
I try them out on you, that'd be in the new joke book.
cool. Cool. Yeah, I like that. And the name of the book you said, "Hobo Flash to the Fifth Dimension." How do you,
Right, that's
that's the title?
autobiography.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yes, sir.
where can I get that? Is it online or is it at the bookstore?
Amazon.com. You go on
Amazon.com. Okay.
Amazon.com and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
punch in my name,
All
and
right.
all
Yeah.
both books will come up,
All right.
So,
All right.
and
Bet.
Hobo Flats,
Hobo
people
Flash
say, what
to
does
the Fifth
Hobo
Dimension.
Flats mean? Well, Hobo Flats is what they used to call every place I used to live. Because we didn't have no money, we were all just hobos.
Right,
They
right.
said, we're going up to Hobo Flats and just have a party, because it didn't cost no money. We all partied and chipped in buying food and stuff. And you know, Earth, Wind, and Fire, The Temptation, Friends of Distinction. I mean, everybody came to my house just partying and singing. And do you know what?
What?
All of them turned out to be successful.
That's the ticket. I'm gonna put you up in the credits. I'm gonna put like a lower third, up comes down below your, down here like your name and your title and stuff. So
Yeah.
we're gonna type that in real quick, boom, and it's gonna pop right up on the screen that way. And then in the credits at the end of the show, it'll be in there too, because
Yeah, all right,
because you
brother.
are appreciated, and I just wanted to make sure I got your everything, the title of the book and everything correctly. And
Right.
now that who wrote the Kind of Hush, the one that I like. I like all of them, really good actually. But
I don't remember all of the writers. We had everybody,
Yeah,
Burt
yeah.
Bacharach, to Jimmy Webb. I mean, just different people
Right.
wrote songs for us. I'm the only one that wrote a song for the group that the Fifth Dimension that we did. It's called the Singer, and Gladys Knight ended up recording it, and Frank Sinatra called our office asking for the music, but then he died before
Right.
he could record it. So
I got Gladys Knight autograph. I didn't get it directly from her, but I mailed her a letter and she sent it back to me. So that was
oh
nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
she lives. Her and Bubba live here in Vegas right now. Bubba plays softball with me too, man.
Is that
So
right?
we're all very good friends, and
And there was a couple girls in the Fifth Dimension too. What was their names?
Marilyn McCoo and Florence LaRue.
That's right, Marilyn McCoo and
Yeah,
Florence
they're
LaRue.
both beautiful girls, man. Both college graduates, and,
Right.
and actually that's what helped us maintain, because all the guys were hitting on the girls. Baby,
Oh,
you
yeah.
ain't got to be singing. You ain't got to be singing. We take care of you now. So they said, no, look at, we want our own career. So.
I saw them when the picture of you guys in the pool or whatever, or the beach or whatever. They were in their bikinis. That's about all. Yeah. So right. Swimming.
And they still look at Merle and Billy duet now. Florence still has the group. I had major back surgery. The reason I'm not singing now,
Right.
because the doctor told me just get off the road, because lifting weights and all was taking its toll on me.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I got a guy to replace me, and he's so good they probably don't want me back and all. But
Right.
both groups are still together, and Merle and Billy are fabulous, and so is the Fifth Dimension.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Florence still running the group.
Most definitely. Because I hope you feel better soon. Heal up quick too. I had to do a gig this Sunday, and it was up on a hill, and I had to lift all the equipment up there, about 17 trips, set up, then tear down and bring it all back. And I was like, and I didn't put my weight belt on either. So I was with Ronnie Hudson, Stax record
Right.
cat, from Shaft
Well,
album.
the doctor said, well, how'd your back get in such bad shape? I said, from playing football, baseball, took its toll and all. He said, you know what? I want you to do something. Come over here and lift this 10-pound bag of salt. So I came over and said, don't even think about it. Just lift it and then think about what happens. So when I lifted it up, I said, man, I usually lift things bending my knees and trying to do it right. And I felt it all through my back just because I paid attention to it. He said, man, lifting weights is probably where all this came from, from luggage and CDs and all that.
Yeah, of course, right? Getting on the plane, I performed a show down in Hollywood last year. I had to carry a big camera and a big tripod because I wanted to, put it on the TV show too, right? And I was like, oh, you're running around the airport with all that stuff. It's like, we need roadies, right?
Oh yeah, man, I'm telling you. But now I used to do the same, I'm a photographer too, so
Yeah.
I had all the big heavy 8x10 cameras. Sometimes you could take tripods and all, and then you could carry everything on the plane, because then charge you extra.
Right.
But now, man, look here. Now I got a little point and shoot. I put it in my top pocket, and that's all.
Right.
And at 20 megs, man, it's so sharp. I can shoot at 16 by 20, and sharp as anything I've ever done.
I know, right? And nowadays they got phones that people can make movies with. They don't need big movie cameras and stuff. They can have the same quality. It's amazing. I don't have that phone. I'm just saying somebody does.
Yeah,
But
okay.
yeah, I was going to ask you about your hobbies and stuff like that. I didn't know about the photography thing. And did you have any other hobbies that you do that are like creative?
No, and I was in the Navy, U.S. Navy, and I was a photographer there too. But I was in the Navy SEALs before that.
Wow.
But I was in the SEALs before they named it the SEALs. It was called UDT, Underwater Demolition.
Damn.
And man, that was the worst thing you ever want to be in. I did everything I could to get out of that fast.
Yeah, they did a short lifespan in that business, man.
Oh man, you ain't lying.
Yeah, that's dangerous. That's like you might have a life expectancy of 1 month doing that.
On any assignment, didn't know if you're coming back or not.
No, nope.
And after I finished the first stage in the SEALs, well, UDT, the next thing they were flying the people that graduated to Hawaii for underwater demolition, putting bombs and all to ships, and
Yes.
I said no, I'm dead. I've got to get out of this. So I did everything I could to get out of that. So I quit.
Most definitely. I was born in Hawaii over there. Speaking of Hawaii, what is your favorite vacation? Is it like in Dubai or Southeast Asia? What areas you like to go when you were on vacation, or when you toured? What was your favorite worldwide locations?
Ironically, when we toured, we worked on a lot of cruise ships, man. And so, with my own personal cruises and the group, I've done 137 cruises all over the world.
I never did one.
Man, you got to go. That's the thing. Hold on.
Did you do anything down in the Caribbean?
Oh yeah, we worked all over the Caribbean.
Because
I think that's the next place we're gonna go, my wife and I.
I've been living in St. Thomas off and on for about 30 years. I stay a year and a half, then I come back to Napa. But I see the cruise ships coming in and all that money rolling in.
Did you ever know a guy in St. Thomas named Bill's Barbecue? He had a barbecue stand in the pit down right on the beach.
I might have. I was mostly downtown, but I was all over the map down there.
Yeah, well,
I was mostly by the gold jewelry stores.
Yeah, that's where his barbecue shack was.
Yeah. They still have something. He's still there because I went there. I've been back for 3 years now, but I did go by there, and I know where you're talking about. Yeah.
And it's funny because, man, I used to go down, and whenever we went in town, he'd invite us down, and out on the beach, man, everybody was in line getting this bar. He had the best barbecue down there, and there was a line for every person in line. There was a dog behind him waiting to go home with.
Yeah, there's a couple barbecue mobile trucks, pulling them out, and they can just serve it right there and then drive home later and stuff. They pull up.
Yeah, those were his trucks.
Yeah, I think so. I've been back for about 3 years now. I want to go down there and shoot a movie, on location. So maybe I get you on board and put you in the movie and put all these celebrities in the movie. Everybody gets.
Oh, that would be great. And matter of fact, man, I got all kind of songs for you. Some brand new original.
Everybody's on board. All the like Willie Hall from the Blues Brothers movies, and you know, the drummer, and all these cats, they're all on board. They want to, and they said, and I'll be on the soundtrack too. And I'm like, cool, we'd have enough song to do like a 2-hour movie with, you know, with all that.
Yeah, all right, man. Well, that's what I'm doing now since I retired, and writing songs and all. And I just wrote this one song called Ceasefire. And man, and I wrote it for Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson died before I could get it to him. He and I were very close friends. And people said, that song Ceasefire is too important to go on the shelf, so why don't you do something with it? So I got a producer. I said, just make a dub and get somebody to sing it, and I get a major artist to do it, you know. And
Right.
the guy he got to sing it is called Julio Hansen. He sounds just like Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And when Michael Jackson did We Are the World,
Yeah, yeah.
they had 40 different entertainers doing
Oh
parts
yeah,
in
I remember that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. And this guy, Julio Hansen, is by himself. He's singing it as strong as all 40 of them people together. I don't know if you heard the song Ceasefire. And I went on the internet and got all the atrocities and put to the song Ceasefire, and said there is a weapon of mass destruction, and this one is easy to find. Just
Right.
look in the mirror, because it's us,
Right.
mankind. Boom. Man.
Exactly. Right.
I'll get that song to you too.
I was talking with Michael Jackson's father. I was talking to Joe on the Facebook, you know, and he gave me advice and stuff, you know. I did not even know he had cancer, and like a couple weeks later he died, and I didn't even know he was sick, you know.
Yeah, I went to his last birthday party here in Vegas, man.
Yeah, he's from Las Vegas, yeah. And oh man, I couldn't believe it, because he never mentioned anything, you know. I mean, maybe he
Right,
didn't, and I mean, I don't stalk him or nothing, you know, but I had like, you know, just a couple weeks before he died, I was just like typing, and he'd give you advice and stuff, you know. He's a good guy, you know.
Well, but Jackie Jackson lives here in Vegas too, so he's on my softball team, man, Jackie. And I knew all the Jackson. In fact, I used to play softball on their team.
Right.
In LA, so we got to be very, very close. So Jackie and I are still very tight.
Nice. I was out of Sunnymead, which is now it's Moreno Valley. It's down by Riverside. So I was out of there in the '60s, you know, in that Southern California Inland Empire, they call it, the Inland Empire.
Right.
Yeah. But I got a lot of Stax Record legends. They're all on board doing movie and stuff. I like to get as many celebrities on as possible. It's like the more the merrier, you know, and stuff like that. So who are your heroes or role models, like coming up when you were younger? Like,
You mean besides you?
yeah. Because when you were young, I wasn't even. No, we're about the same age, about 62, right? No.
Yeah, you just a baby, but that's all right.
I didn't want to say, you know, I didn't go on Wikipedia and check your age. I'm like,
No, well, I'm
not stalking.
over 70 and undersexed. So.
Right.
Still hanging in there.
Yeah. I know my brother, like I say, he's 76 now, and he's ornery, and I think I almost where I could take him in a fight now. Maybe, I don't know.
Almost.
If he gets a
all
couple
right.
years older and I get a couple years younger, I think I could do it. You know?
Yeah.
But
They come up to me and say, "Well, old dude, you don't want to fight." I said, well, "I tell you what, but you're an old dude." I said, "It's okay, man, about how old I am. Just jump in my chest till you get to your age. See how long you last."
I tell him, you want to fight, just climb up my butt and fight for air, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Well, that's worse, man.
No, that'd be worse on me. Wait a minute, that's no good. No, that ain't happening. So,
Do you ever come to Vegas?
I went there in the '60s, and it was a one-horse town. It had that big statue of the Cowboys going like this, the neon lights.
Oh, yeah, right.
That's about all they had back then. You know, it's like
Back then.
early '60s. Yeah, I drove through there, and it was nothing. Now I hear they got buildings and stuff.
Everybody, when I'm flying, you know, I live here now, so when I go on vacation or somewhere and I'm coming back on the plane and I meet people, they say, "Where are you from?" I said, "Vegas." I said, "Well, Vegas, where you live? On top of Caesar's Palace?" They don't know it's a community here. Nobody goes off the strip.
Right, you know. Yeah, I know. I had a friend of mine just came up. She moved up here from Las Vegas, and she gets so cold up here because she's used to that heat, you know.
It can get cold here in Vegas too, man. It gets down there.
Yeah, but she don't have any body fat, so she's like, freezing, like if it gets down to 70s, he's like, In the Caribbean, well, it's hot and humid down there, but I like the tropics and I like the desert,
I like Vegas, man. I love Vegas. I mean, it's hot, but it's no humidity.
Oh man, that St. Thomas was so humid, and I didn't even have a fan, I just had mosquitoes and stuff.
And my friend still lives down there with the barbecue place, man.
Yeah.
His house has been torn up 3 times by hurricanes.
Yeah. A year and a half ago, they had 2 big hurricanes came in within 4 days, and Bluebeard's Castle is gone. And
I was there at Hurricane Maryland at Bluebeard's Castle.
Maryland was bad, and before that, Hugo. Hugo was bad. Yeah, back in '89, I think. Yeah.
We had earthquakes in California, but I tell you what, I'd rather go to 10 earthquakes rather than 1 hurricane.
Oh, I don't know, man. We had a hurricane here in 2014 in Napa, 6.1, and I was renting a Victorian mansion. I was upstairs. The building fell down 5 feet and 5 feet to the right. It was like I was falling in a bird cage. It's like
that was a hurricane?
No, it was an earthquake, 6.1 in Napa, right. 2014, about 5 years ago. And the building collapsed down 5 feet, and it felt like somebody put me in a bird cage and dropped it, dropped the bird. That's what it felt like. It's like a riot.
Hurricane Maryland, we went to St. Thomas at Bluebeard's Castle too, man. And after the storm was over, we survived. And the next day we went down to check the damage out. And it blew a Coast Guard cutter out of the ocean up against the shopping mall.
Oh, yeah.
That's how strong it was.
Oh yeah, I haven't been in St. Thomas when any hurricanes have hit. I'm always lucky about that, but I've seen the aftermath, of Hugo, and there would be like sails up in the trees from the sailboats. They said there was boats three blocks in, on the streets, downtown by the gold, where the gold stores are, and then back street and front street. All those streets had boats on them.
Yeah, well, you know what? After the hurricane came through there, they tore up everything, including the runway, and we couldn't even get out of there, man. We done stealing stuff out of the shopping malls and all.
Oh yeah.
And so afterwards, they sent in the Seabees build a new little miniature runway,
right,
for one of the troop transport planes to come in, and so they called everybody's names, and that's how we got out of there, man.
Well, I missed that. I was there in '91 and '92, but that was after Hugo and before Maryland. So I missed all that. Yeah. Oh
man, people with all them Gucci bags and throwing them up in the wind, man, trying to get on this troop transport just to get out of there. We didn't know how we were gonna leave there because all the ships, sailboats that sank, and the cruise ships couldn't even come in there to get you. Well, so we were strapped in those Air Force planes like paratroopers.
Well, I'm gonna let you go. I got a 1 minute and the show's over. The 30 minutes, half hour goes by so fast when you're having fun. It's just like we have to do like do it again real soon. Sometime.
Okay.
And cap off on more info. Like that.
It's been fun anyway, man. Like I said, if you ever come to Vegas, you always got a pit stop.
Thank you, sir. You are appreciated.
Barbecue sounds waiting on you.
Yeah, love you. Love your music. You're the best, man. I'll let you go.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.
LaMonte McClemore, ladies and gentlemen, right here. And so, first of all, I wanted to say, I'm on camera one. Boy, howdy. Guest of the television show, stay in Las Vegas. Transportation provided by that interwebby thingy. And we want to thank our guests, LaMonte McClemore, the Fifth Dimension out of Las Vegas. And our sponsor, Sal, the flower guy, brings these flowers right over here. Off camera, but they're there, trust me, every weekend. And also, I want to thank Doc's Trophy Shop. He brings in these music awards for our musical guests every freaking week. And we also have Hair in Motion. Yeah, Hair in Motion that does my hair, right? Over on Solano. So it's also called Neva, because the Neva ever there. No, I'm just kidding. And Emmy Lou's Diner, straight on down in the River Park. Also Polished Nails and Spa. Got $5,000 on my pinky ring. Speaking of which, I want to thank, Napa Gold and Silver right over by Burger King for providing me with all the gold and silver and diamonds I like for the red carpet and stuff. Polished Nails and Spa, and pretty much we got headshots for all of our musical guests and such. Everybody in the live studio audience gets a new car, not a very big car, but it's a new car. Oh, I'm on 2. And so pretty much we're Space Ghost from the West Coast. And so God bless you and yours. Until next time, America, we're out of here.
DJ Diddy X.
1991, I flew to Teddy Island. The water's turquoise blue and I'm back wildin'. Living in a jungle and it looks like Thailand. Everybody's gung-ho, 911 dialing. Met the girl on the plane. Went to Water Island, sweet like sugar cane. The girl was beguiling. Putting lots of gold, you know that I'm styling. Never gets cold, emerald green on a white sand island. You are beautiful to me, deadly island, turquoise water, sapphire seas. Went into business with Freddie and the birds, taking pictures with the tourists, making money absurd. Freddie got shot, Freddie's dead, you heard. Right through the heart, and then he said his last words. Me copy was in, was stopped 4 days later.